Just so you're aware, I said yes
Hey,
completely.
Walking Dead heads. Sorry. When I click it, it's live.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Hey, Walking Dead heads. Thanks for joining The Broken Dead today. We are talking Season 11, Episode 20 of The Walking Dead. We've got some news, teasers, speculation about what's to come for you. This is The Broken Dead. All right, guys, I'm Dylan.
Silence of the Lamb. I'm kidding. Hi, I'm Quin. Hi, I'm Quin.
All right, and thank you guys for joining us. And every Sunday night, whenever we can get our computer and stuff working. Technical difficulties, sorry, we're starting like extremely late, but we're gonna knock this out real quick. No lie this time. Actually gonna be quick. So, and I'm done with COVID, so Quinn is back over here. Yay!
Hi.
So yeah, thanks for joining us. Please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so you know when we drop videos, when we actually go live, and in case there's like, something happening, because, it's basically us. It's not basically us. It is us. That's doing everything. So yeah, help us out and actually go to the website and check out www.broken.pictures.com. And you can check out our merch, or if you'd like to, drop us a tip or buy us a coffee or a t-shirt or something. I don't know. Who knows? Just go in and check out that link in the description where you can go do that.
Yes.
So, see if they've frozen our funds. Yep. That's all right. Unfreeze our funds. That's going to be our thing. Unfreeze our funds. This new campaign is fire. Anyways. So yeah, just, guys, stay healthy out there. COVID is still a thing. I literally just got over it.
Yes. Flu season around the corner. Get your flu shot too.
Yes.
All right. With all that being said, I think you know what time it is. It is. If you haven't left now, this is your final chance, because this is your spoiler alert. In this episode of The Broken Dead, we will be talking Season 11, Episode 20 of The Walking Dead. So if you haven't watched that, pause this, go into the future and watch that, or watch it on AMC Plus. Unless you want to be spoiled, you have been warned.
Yes, you have. There's your official spoiler warning.
Yes.
And so, now on to the episode.
Season 11, Episode 20. What's been lost? Daryl and Carol search for their friends who have disappeared.
Yes, that.
Yes. So,
where are they?
I didn't realize that's what you're going to use the flashlight for.
just being Lance. You got it, Carol? You got it? We good?
You're looking like this mother. I swear. Okay. What would you rate the episode? 1 to 10.
It was pretty straightforward. I'm going to give it an 8. An 8, yeah. I mean, it wasn't the best one, but it was decent. It's pushing the plot forward, and
yep.
We got some stuff happening. That's a twist on. We're gonna totally do it different than the comic books. It's gonna be so different, like everything else we've ever done. Yumiko, we're just gonna give you Michonne's lines.
Here you go, Yumiko. It's fine. Yumiko, read this.
This says Michonne.
Did I stutter?
Don't worry about it.
Yes. I'm going to give it a solid 8 as well. Yeah, like you said, it was very straightforward. Everything was kind of concise and to the point, and they still do that thing with Carol where I couldn't tell for sure if it was something was in her head or not. Just for like a split second. Then I'm like maybe they were just really quiet.
Yeah. Carol being Carol.
Carol being Carol. Because the episode kind of, you got the vignette at the beginning where it's shown. It's a Carol focus, so it's Carol of where she's been, what she's done, how far she has gone.
Which I felt like this was more Yumiko focused episode than Carol.
I think the vignette was just for Carol because she was an original. I think that's the only reason. Because Yumiko, it's not been that long.
Well, I mean, technically Eugene's not an original.
Technically not. But I mean, original pre-time skip? Well, I guess we can go with the pre-time skip.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Before Rick, after Rick?
Before Rick, after Rick. Yeah, before, after, and during. Because that's... Okay, yeah, and you remember who Carol used to be back in season 1 and what we have now. We're the two different people.
Oh, yeah.
Two completely different people.
Her and Daryl. Man,
Yep.
I think they've had the... Well, I don't know. I was about to say I think they've had the most drastic character development, but I mean also like Eugene has some pretty significant character development as well.
Eugene we first met, who was just watching in the corner, it's not the same Eugene.
Right.
So yeah. I guess it just kind of depends because I feel like the next. Whoa! Oh, never mind. I feel like the next one's probably gonna be a Negan one. Honestly,
Possibly, yeah. Who do we have left, really? I mean, if you were gonna do like Aaron or
you could do Aaron. You could maybe do Gabriel, Negan, Maggie.
yeah, we haven't seen a Maggie one. I would imagine Maggie would probably be the next one.
Yeah. Who is left? Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they have enough to top it off. It would be extra crazy if the last one's like a Rick one.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because they pulled in those politicians today, or on this episode, to meet with Pamela, and my first thought was, these are people from other communities, but no, they're just the underling other politicians from this area.
They definitely don't have an election in Commonwealth at all.
Right. They're just under families. She's the mob boss, and they're the under families.
Definitely. Also, what was I about to say? Did you notice the change besides her attitude, the change in Pamela?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
she went full emperor.
Yeah. So I mean, before in the other parts when we've seen Pamela, she's always worn like blue or red or brown and white. Like these past 2 episodes, she's just been in black.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not notice that. That's a good catch.
So it's kind of cementing her full on. I am Darth Pamela, and prepare to feel my fury. Is what's about to happen with this. I feel like. Carol she was in the bakery grabbing bread for everybody to dip out. Ezekiel's up there in the corner.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I thought those were your footsteps." So she calls out. This is like, I got a couple of questions throughout. Like, this is one of them. That's like, okay, so they made a point to call out that she can recognize footsteps. She heard him approaching, but then when he's taken, they didn't hear jack squat. She didn't hear jack squat.
Yeah, which is
and they just gonna take out King Ezekiel like that, that quick without a struggle? Like, come on, like him not moving or fussing.
That's
it's
what
like
I
shot
was
him in the
like-
neck or something. Maybe I don't know, but
they had to.
that was. I mean, they're either trying to say that the secret police is that smooth, and it's like 1984, and they just like
show up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Slide
They
into
just
the
disappear
shadows.
people like that easily, or it's just dumb and it's just a misstep. You know what I mean?
I don't think he was there. Like, real talk, because it was.
You don't think he was actually there?
It was far too fast.
Huh? It really was.
Yeah. I feel like she heard footsteps, but it was their footsteps, and it was like her mind doing that thing of like unintended, like, what you call it, subconscious self-defense mechanism was like to make her more aware that watch out behind you, because you might get, but something's coming. And then then he was gone, and she was like, "That's weird. He was just there." Then her brain instantly is like, "Something's up," so that she would be on guard.
Yeah, I don't understand the point of showing how badass a character is, only to immediately have them not be that person. Like, if you want to show them slipping, that's one thing. But like, just like, oh, this person's a badass, and then them immediately not being that person just feels like a misstep rather than them slipping.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't feel intentional.
I get you. Also, excuse me. You know, or maybe they could have shown like they were against an equal force a bit better, or something like that. Because then after she deals with,
even if they would have shown like a shadow or something that the audience would have been in on, and shown that Carol was like not paying attention, that I think that might have been enough.
Yeah.
For the audience to kind of translate that, you know.
But she got away.
They're freaking ninjas, apparently.
Ninjas and
Ninja troopers.
And worse than Beta as far as like fighting. Not worse, but like more of a threat than Beta as far as fighting, because Daryl was up there struggling. I
know. That's another thing. Like in the thing afterwards, Angela King said, you know, Daryl can handle his own, but you know, he's got the kids with him. He's not really all, you know.
He wasn't all there.
Yeah. He wasn't like.
He couldn't focus.
Yeah. So they kind of got the drop on him, and I mean, I could get that, but it was. I don't know, when you have to explain what's implied and it's not there in the content, it feels like, oops. You know what I mean?
Oops, let me explain so you're on the same page.
Exactly, yeah. And Walking Dead does that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if it was like I mean, Marvel retcons a lot of things. Like, they'll take something from the past and make it connect so it seems connected. And that the perception of connectivity is the thing, you know what I mean? And so, like, if you have to say, oh, well, this is what happened, without the perception of connectivity, with, you know, like the shadow or something there to kind of like, you know, make the audience feel like it was intended, then it just feels like a writer screw up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I completely get that. But Daryl ended up.
Yeah, well, almost got taken.
Almost got taken out.
He took out one of them.
He took out, yeah.
But, you know, these, like you said, these secret police are stronger than Beta, apparently.
Yep, the other guy was on top of him, just
dude with a knife in his chest.
Yep.
I feel like that big. That's a big bad battle. Like, why didn't we see that? You know, it's like, who is this guy?
20 minutes earlier, this guy walked up to a guy in a bar and said, "Give me your clothes."
Exactly. Or he just like took a shot, right? And he's like, "Oh, let's do it."
Go forth all shiny and chrome.
Right.
So.
Tavalala.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what Daryl was fighting. And then he, finally got able to get the upper hand. The old dude then gets a nip in his neck, and.
But Daryl's plot armor is still hanging strong, man. So strong, especially when they're like halfway down the hallway and machine gun fire down, and they're just like, oh no, round the corner, tap tap, taking folks out. It's like these are like stormtroopers, my man. Like for real.
Go, I'll take care of him. Ching, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. I am Wonder Woman.
I've melted down my knives into bracelets. And the tips are like little Batman claws.
But yeah, Daryl is yeah, the plot armor, as we get closer and closer to the finale, you can definitely see the plot armor for Daryl.
For real.
For sure.
Carol, too, because, like, if, I don't know, I mean, Lance was relying on his silver tongue skills to get him out of it.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, not all there. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, he literally just had a mental breakdown.
Yeah, he was in the cell, just, there's always a way out. There's a, with the coin, while you have Sebastian just looking like...
Daryl throws him against the wall. And he's like, you never want to start with the head. You don't want to know how I got these scars.
It's like, yeah, me. Right. And homie was just, oof.
Lance. In fact, Carol was like, bro, chill.
Where is Rachel?
Oh man.
Yes.
I totally thought she was just like, all right, Lance. Dude.
Yes. So yeah, he was doing all that good jazz. Then he finally kind of snaps back in it, and he's like, "There's one thing I got to do before we leave," which apparently is just smash in Sebastian's head more, even though he was already dead for the second time.
Leave that coin.
And then leave the coin to, I guess, piss off Pamela.
Oh, so it was a message. For sure. He was sending a message.
So, then, like you said earlier, the guys come around the corner, shooting. They're like, oh, snap. Daryl's like, y'all go. Ting, 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 ting. That part didn't happen.
Might as well have.
Lance
apparently he got enough away to, like, stow away an A-Team style underneath the right Jeep. The correct Jeep that happened to find them.
He's like, I'm gonna wait. Somebody's gonna get in this Jeep.
Like, I feel like the more we're talking about it, like, this almost feels like season 6 of Game of Thrones, where it's like the Raven took like 2 hours to get across the country, and it's like it happened behind the scenes. Like, that doesn't add up. You can't say that. A lot happened off screen.
A lot happened off screen. That's getting too timey-wimey for me, sir. But yeah, so Carol and Lance, they go through. Lance up there chatting Carol up.
Right. It's a little therapy session.
Yep. He was up there like, what do you think's really gonna, like, you and your people have 50,000 lives in your head. And I'm like, 50,000 lives? Commonwealth, y'all make it, they make Commonwealth, like, from all the shots, Commonwealth looks like just a street. But but I understand budget, because like 50,000 people, because where we live, well, in Bentonville, there's about 60,000 folks, and it's a size. Everybody has like enough room, so I'm like,
do we though? I mean, traffic-wise,
no. This city was not made. The infrastructure was. It's fine. We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah. But 40 years ago, this was dirt road.
Dirt.
The entire city.
Yeah, cow fields. You had everything that you would expect. In somewhere in the middle of Arkansas, corner of Arkansas.
Ish.
Yeah.
Molehill.
Yeah. But times have changed. And Commonwealth said, "Hey, yeah, we're this is a big place." He made a note to me like, "It looks so much like a prison in this context now," and I'm like, and Carol's looking like, "Man, it was a prison the whole time. You just did not see it.
You were on the wrong side of the coin, Lance."
Yes. They go through. You got the walkers that were down there in. The Dark Walkers that were, I guess, one of them lost their skin.
Yeah. Like, I was like, okay, did we get another new type of walker? Or is this just like they're just super moist and their skin is peeling off like Carol did? I mean, because at first I was like, are these snake people? I mean,
I'm like, y'all going too quick with these variants now, fam. Hold on now. I think we were just dealing with one that was moist, and that was just alluding to like one that was there. And it was like, oh, frick, my skin came off, y'all.
Yeah. What did you say? Did you say moist?
yeah, that word. So, but you know, she up there, it got to a point where she was trying to, she was like, it's dark, I hear them, but I can't see them. I can't keep waiting for them to get up on me. I'm gonna get bit.
Yeah.
Screw it, here we go. And yeah.
Luckily she had that, because Lance was like, "Oh, let me get that light for you. You good down there, Carol? You good? Are you good?" And then when she looked at him, it looked like he was like up a level.
Cause he was. Yeah.
He like climbed a tree or something
He
like in the tunnel. Like what is
like
going on?
He climbed a little scaffolding. He was up there.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Then they just go running out the other end. I guess.
Everything was, fine.
Yeah. But then, of course, because the shots fired, then the troopers were able to find them. But lo and behold, it's the exact Jeep. Daryl's just waiting for a signal and jumps on the Jeep that's heading out. I guess, I don't know.
I guess, and that's how it happened. That's the only way that it can happen, I guess. Yeah. And so they're there. Everybody's up there like, oh snap, this is it. We're about to die. Not really.
He just drops from underneath.
Because Daryl just comes up.
Glad they didn't hit a bump, dude.
Yeah.
Just by Daryl.
Oh shit!
What was that?
What?
Probably just a body. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, but kill those troopers. They kill those troopers, and then Lance has his moment yet again. Mm-hmm. They're like, we're all gonna go back. It's like, nope.
He's like, come on, guys. Let's go.
You ain't going back. He was like, you got two choices. On one hand, you can die right here. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, you can leave and never come back. And he's like, but I'll die out there. What's up my problem, fam?
Right.
That sounds like a personnel problem. Mm-hmm. And, boop.
F in the chat.
And he was up there like, all right, that's cool. I understand. I like living, And then the only thing I can imagine going through his head is like, I do like living. But I don't want to hunt for food. What am I, a peasant?
Right.
You know what? I think suicide by Daryl might be the best way to go today.
He jumped for that gun like, whoa! Like they weren't going to see it right there. Like he did. There's no way he thought he had time. I mean, he was slow, apparently.
He was, yeah.
But, I mean, Carol pulled the Uno reversal on him, and Lance, you died.
Yep.
There's a weird placement. It was like in the jugular, but like kind of off to the side, and he immediately died though. Like there was no like
bled out.
Oh no, or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, it's still very stylistic, I guess.
Yeah.
So
just gurgled out, gurgle.
That sound. And he bled out in a field as Carol and Daryl drive away.
Mm-hmm. It was a very Lance way to go, but it wasn't as satisfying as Sebastian, I guess.
He could, off chance he's still alive. I don't think he is.
Yeah, I don't think he is. Because I mean, if it hit, I guess I'm thinking too much into it. But if it hit that artery right there, he's bleeding out. There's no way. Out there by himself.
Yeah.
And it looked like I didn't see him blinking. I maybe watch it again, but it looked like he was like gone.
Yeah. On the other side of things, Pamela's up there doing her best impression of Cersei.
Cheers to the Commonwealth.
As she is up there like, Yumiko, you listen, fam. If you want to see anyone you care about again, you are going to prosecute Eugene. And she's like, I'm not finna do this mock trial mess, and so he can just be sentenced to death. And she's like, are you sure?
Yeah, she came in guns blazing, and Pamela went checkmate.
She's like, it's like, your brother, he out here, he just, doing stuff. I would hate for him to suffer the same fate as your friends. Whoops. Sorry, microphone. Same fate as your friends. And she was like, all right, fam, I see how you playing.
I almost feel like Yumiko's lost a step. Like, it almost seems like all of them have kind of like being in this comfy world. They've kind of lost a step a little bit.
Yeah.
Except Carol, of course, because she was never there.
Never really here. She's like, I don't trust none of this. They weed stink. They they ain't got enough like weaponry.
Daryl's living the dad life.
Daryl's living the dad life. They making me work in a bakery. Who do I look like, Betty freaking Crocker to you? No, my name is Carol. Insert last name here. What?
Peltier.
Peltier? Carol Peltier? Have I never known this the entire time? My soul has been wrecked. Okay. That's... Continue, Dylan. I'm coming.
Process. So, yeah, it almost seems like Yumiko, even though she's like really quick and she's a lawyer and she knows what she's in, and with everything that's going down with her brother and Magna and her friends, surely she knows this is not like legit. She knows this isn't legit.
Yeah. And
unless she's just trying to convince herself.
Yeah.
But at this point, there's no convincing. It is what it is. There's no denying that this place is utter bullshit.
Yeah.
But she can't follow someone correctly. Pamela got the drop on her. Like, she went in guns blazing without a plan, apparently. Just like, you're just gonna let my friends go just cause I say it really loud in front of these strangers. You know what I mean? And
she got one of them. Listen, you don't go home with them. Me talks. You don't go home with them. You go home with me. And when we get home, bust yo. Yeah, she got one of them talks. Like, you don't do this in front of people we don't know.
Yeah. And then she goes, like, immediately the dude is like onto her, like out in the square, knows that she's following her. And I guess she was a little sneaky with Connie and everything, but Connie apparently still got caught. Which, when was the last time we even saw Connie?
Yeah.
But like, we haven't seen Connie and Kelly, and who else is doing the newspaper stuff, or is it just Connie and Kelly?
It's just Connie and Kelly.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we've seen the effects of them, but we haven't really seen them too much, which is, I think, a giant waste, especially with what's going on and feeding into all that.
Oh, Lance did say one thing. We'll touch on it after this.
Okay. So then she goes to see Eugene, which is not out of the ordinary for a lawyer to go talk to the accused. She's doing her job. But she's doing like all this like within earshot of a trooper. Like, we can see him in the background who works for Pamela. Like, at this point, she needs to assume like Pamela is playing chess while she's playing checkers. I mean, and that seems to be the problem a lot of the times when they go up against a big bad. Like, they
underestimate them.
Yeah, they completely underestimate the big bad. But with her being a lawyer, you would think that she would be steps ahead and have contingency plans and thought this through.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe she's too emotionally attached through her brother and Magna and everything.
All at once.
Yeah. And it has, to be fair, it has been a year that they've been there, so they maybe let their guard down a little bit. But they got to know that this place isn't kosher. With her being on the inside, maybe she's had a little bit cushier than everybody else. but she's also
definitely.
been able to see more than anybody else, like how screwed up things are. They're not real justice. So she goes and she's talking to Eugene about their plans, and I just talked to Kelly, or I just talked to Connie, you know what I mean, and telling him all this stuff within an earshot of Pamela, or Pamela's minion right there.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it just doesn't seem like she's smarter than this. You know what I mean? She's smarter than this. Then her saving grace, and this is like another thing with Daryl. It's like a character that is making stupid mistakes, and then at the last moment remembers who they are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
I get you.
And she's like, okay, you know, I'm gonna make sure everybody knows my brother is super valuable and who he is. So if he's disappeared, people know.
People take notice of it.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I'm not going to read this no more. And
I'm
going to defend Eugene.
Uno reversi Pamela.
Pamela's up there like, this girl, she must forget who her mama is. It's fine. But yeah.
Mama Pam about to wipe the floor with some folks.
Yeah, Mama Pam about to really throw down. Lance mentioned like probably the most major thing that's gonna like affect the greater Walking Dead universe after the show is over, and that is the railroad.
The railroad, yeah.
Yep. Which is in the comics at the end of it all, it is Eugene's pride and joy. He and his wife Stephanie end up making the, I think it is called the Transcontinental Railroad, which goes basically across the entire country to reconnect the United, you can call it the country. It's not really the United States anymore.
The colonies?
The colonies, and improve trade to unprecedented levels. So, but that's, his pride and joy is...
that seems right up his alley.
Yep. So it's there. I think that's...
I mean, he already talks like a ham radio operator, so...
That's Eugene's plot armor.
Yeah.
So, and I think the only reason, part of it, the other part of like why I think my back just got really itchy for whatever reason.
I got you, fam.
I think the only other reason. Thank you, Dylan.
Just giving Stephanie more ammo. Friend Stephanie's like, you guys are married.
Every time, just like, Quin, what? Are you gonna let him say this about you?
Like, straight dudes can't just be friends. I mean, come on.
But so if you're someone who's like read through the comics and know kind of some of these folks' ends, once the everything's all said and done, you have to think that you're hoping that you see that, but then there's always that that thing that they keep saying, we're gonna do things different. And they didn't say it like that, but yeah.
Totally.
So, but like there's these
Go find that audio.
There's these little twists and tweaks here and there. Like now Sebastian's gone. Now Lance is gone. Pamela is an actual bad guy instead of trying to
got no one to buffer her and pretend she's not what she is.
Yeah. And so kind of like our real deal think where it's going to go, because I still think some of those iconic deaths that characters have had in the show, for the most part, they don't take those away from them. Glenn being like the shining star of it. And they weren't going to give it to Glenn, but I forget his name. Stephen Yun asked for it. Yep.
I think he was just done. But
also possibly.
That sucks.
But so I still think that the shot the end the show will be the shot that Sebastian does to Rick will still be done, but it will be Pamela after she leaves. Like the war happens, she loses, she escapes on some dictator leaving the country type stuff, and then it's like, oh, it won't even be like the new person who is elected in office, because I think they'll actually have like an election, which I
It'd be
think
crazy if it was like Eugene was elected to office after all this.
it's gonna be Ezekiel.
You think?
I
hope so.
I'm
That'd be
calling.
amazing.
I'm calling Ezekiel, but I think then Carol's gonna find like peace after all this is done, and then Pamela's gonna show back up and shoot Carol, if not Carol, Maggie.
But Maggie's got plot armor for her new show.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Dang, Carol's dead. Cause I don't think she's gonna. I think Ezekiel's making it to the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless they prop Ezekiel up, and it's Ezekiel that she offs.
Yep. Or Mercer.
Or Mercer.
Or Mercer.
Because I was thinking when you said the railroad thing, I was like, okay, so we've got Max and Ezekiel running the Commonwealth with Mercer. Like the whole family unit. It's just, I mean, it's a new family. Well, you know, that's how politics works. Yeah. But somebody legitimate, you know, at least running it well.
Yeah.
With good intentions.
So, because all the other characters, they haven't been prominent enough in this last part, really, like since part 2 of this season, to get that engine running. Ezekiel had the whole thing, cancer, now it's gone.
Yeah, and he's got the will of the people, working with the people.
Yep. Mercer being the hero and all that. So they're, of the folks who either should be dead or don't get shot, they are, sorry ghosts, they're kind of the ones up there at the top. So if they do the shot, Carol, Ezekiel, or Mercer.
Yeah. I'd hate to see any of them go. It feels like it's probably going to be Carol now that she's like backing out of the show and, you know, everything, that it's like opened up that spot for her. But to be fair, all this may have been written and solidified before she decided she didn't want to continue with the spinoff.
So she still could be alive within the possibility of her returning in some of Daryl's episodes later.
Yeah, or like we said, you know, it's all fake.
And Daryl's the one getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there never was a spinoff. I mean, we know that the Maggie Negan spinoff is legit now because we've got stuff from Comic-Con like showing, you know, on set and production stills and everything. So, I mean, that one, I mean, they could easily fake that, I guess, but, I mean, it doesn't feel like that's where they're going with it.
Yeah.
But the Daryl one, like, we're filming in France. And we're just like, why are you in France? Like,
how weird.
Yeah, it just feels like it's far enough away that nobody could confirm it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Why France? Why castles? Why? How did Daryl get over there on his motorcycle? That's what I want to know. Like, where are we in
Did you
the
know, Dylan?
U.S.?
He's Ghost Rider.
He better be. That's what I'm hoping.
Yes.
Even though Keanu Reeves really wants Ghost Rider.
Keanu, go. I don't know, man. What do you want? What do you want? Tell me what you want. I have no power, but I can.
Yeah.
You're getting Constantine. Go sit down.
I'm saying, and he's John Wick. Like,
and you're John Wick.
Like, no offense, but Keanu's getting up there.
Yeah.
Like, another 10 years, I don't think he could still do Ghost Rider. Norman Reedus, he could do it for another 20.
Yeah, Norman Reedus can go. Not saying Keanu can't necessarily go, but.
Ooh. So, okay, I'm sorry. This just turned into like a slight little MCU rabbit trail. Okay. So, I saw a thing that said, what if, I think it was New Rockstar, said, what if Mephisto shows up and he's more like the devil's advocate, like Al Pacino?
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Who was in the devil's advocate with Al Pacino? Keanu. What if Keanu played Mephisto?
I'd be down with all that.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
that was a rabbit trail.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want more stuff like that, watch us on Thursday nights where we talk about the MCU, and Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff. Anywho,
You got anything else?
Just rest. I put R.I.P. Lance, but when I put R.I.P., it's not peace. It's, I guess rest in piss, Lance, because you're sorry sack of shit.
The mishandling of your community's integration into the Commonwealth was mishandled. It was like, all
To
right.
be fair.
All right, Lance, you're about to get shot in the neck with an arrow.
Right. They took him up. I mean, I guess his demise over time was satisfying because they just picked him off. Daryl picked him off piece by piece, but Carol got the last laugh, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as where it's going, we did get that shot of Ezekiel. Everybody's on a bus and they're being transported to this supposed location that Lance was taking them, if that's even where he was taking them, if he wasn't just getting to a spot where he could just run or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a couple times he could have got the drop on Carol, but he was relying on convincing her, which is what he's good at. But he don't know Carol like he think he know Carol.
Yeah.
And you see how that ended. Yeah, I'm excited to see what goes down, where they're going with it. The railroad situation. Apparently, there's an off-site prison that they disappear people into.
Which is a lot of people in it. But they put the wrong people in there today. Because Negan's in there. He don't play.
Yeah, in the teaser for next week, you've got Ezekiel and Negan going, "You with me?" Yeah, I'm with you.
Which is never the sentence you want to hear. You'll be on the side of that.
Yeah.
Because you got the dude who used to bust people's head open with a bat for giggles. And to prove a point, I guess. Mostly for giggles, it feels like. And then you got a dude who used to have a tiger. Those two people don't need to be friends.
Speaking of, like, the first time they met, remember he was about to bash Carl's head in?
Yeah.
And the tiger showed him, he's like, "Are you shitting me?" Oh, I think that was Shiva's last episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they bring, if Ezekiel ends up President Ezekiel,
Yes.
then he needs another, like, creature companion. He needs another one.
Yes, he does.
What could it be? What could it be? I was Pamela on a chain. I don't know. Leah, Princess Leia style, only a zombie. Like Java. No, that's Jerry back at the other.
We're going to see King Jerry.
Queen Nabila grows her hair out and just, like, wraps around her neckline. Oh man, Jerry, I could totally see Jerry. He's, like, got that chuckle.
I can only imagine what that kingdom will look like at Christmas. I only can imagine.
Oh man. Yep, that's all I got.
That's all I got as well.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you watching. Even though that we were a little bit late, technical difficulties, computers are a pain in the butt sometimes. So we will see you next time. Central Standard Time, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. ish, as long as things go like they're supposed to and the computer doesn't crap out on us.
Yes.
Or nobody gets COVID again.
Also, yes.
Yeah, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so that when we do go live, you know when it is and you get a notification and you can join us. And so also don't forget to check out that website at www.broken.pictures.com, and you can help out the channel by liking, sharing, or buying buying what? My brain, am I smelling toast right now? No, brain just said no. Buying merch or hitting a little tip jar there, appreciate that. And we will see you next time. So thank you very much once again, And we are out. Thanks and goodbye. Peace.
Bye-bye.